So the news about the COVID is infecting us more than the virus itself, which is amplifying our fears. It will be a real gift to yourself if you can learn to manage the fear of the situation for what it is, as opposed to what it appears to be, for your own mental well-being. Most of us, for most of our lives, are living in a flight or fight mode. It means we are perpetually stressed about many things and at most times. And since it's so common, we fail to notice it on a very individual level. Now, it makes us not just worried than we need to be about contracting it, but also it makes us more susceptible to embracing all those fake claims and potentially problematic, hostile, and a fearful attitude towards those around us. We have to be a little conscious about that, even though there might be reduced or nil physical contact, but our contact with others should continue on a deeper level by being more communicative, being more empathetic, sympathetic, being kind, generous, and heart to heart. Especially with the social distancing, this attitude, it becomes our personality, which has long-term damages, of course, and these attitudes then reinforce our fears and make the whole cycle of fear and threat even bigger than what it is. So now, we have different biases which takes control, and there is something called the availability bias, which means we are most likely to focus or pay attention to the events we immediately recall from the past, which is similar to this. For example, a lot of people relate the current pandemic to the Spanish flu, which was disastrous back then, but when we didn't have the technology was lacking, but now things are different. We are better equipped to handle the situation. And then the non-stop media cycle supports this focus to bring more and more of the relevant news and information, bombarding us with all that negative news, and our nervous system is on an overdrive mode. That's leading to a lot of anxiety. So now you can imagine, or guess what it does to us. It's obvious that it puts us in a hypervigilance. Our perceptions now are narrowed, and we take in information that helps the fear sustain itself. Again, we have to be really conscious and aware about this. We begin to notice more of that information, hear more about that, read more about that, and our interpretation becomes more about that which is obviously threatening and very much fear-mongering. So while all this is happening, the emotions we are going through, it impairs and weakens our perception of the actual risk. We are blinded by the situation. So instead of responding to the situation, we are reacting with fear. Well, now you can see how our brains are wired to think and perceive situations. So it's time to get on the driver's seat and take the direction ahead. It's time to take control and not let fear rule our lives.